So this question says, which one of the following graphs corresponds to the function f of x equals 3x squared over x squared minus 25? So first thing I'm going to do is determine the horizontal asymptote. So the horizontal asymptote is based upon a comparison of the highest exponent in the numerator and denominator. In this case, that highest exponent is 2 in both locations, in both the numerator and the denominator. So that means that the horizontal asymptote is the ratio of the numbers in front of those x squared terms. In the numerator, that number is 3. In the denominator, that number is 1. So it's a 3 over 1 is the ratio, which means our horizontal asymptote exists at x equals 3. So looking at my answer choices, this first graph does not have a horizontal asymptote at x equals 3. This graph down here also does not have one at x equals 3. It looks like this one does, right? This dashed blue line across. Looks like this next one also does. And this last one does not, as that is a negative 3. So we've already narrowed down our answer to either this one or this one, just based upon our understanding of horizontal asymptote. Second of all, I'm going to figure out what my vertical asymptotes are. And it looks like, let's see, does it matter? No, because in both graphs, they are at negative 5 and positive 5. So even if I solved for, how do you solve to find a vertical asymptote? You set the denominator equal to 0. And if I did that, I get an x squared equals 25. And square root, x equals plus or minus 5. Right? But that wouldn't really help me to solve this question because both of these answers have vertical asymptotes, those red vertical dashed lines at negative 5 and positive 5. So how can I figure this out? What is different? Well, I can actually plug some things in, and there's actually a very good number to choose here, and that's x equals 0. Because in this top graph, when x equals 0, y also equals 0. We're like right here on the graph. But on the bottom graph, when x equals 0, we're actually up here, like x equals 6. So if I figure out what this function is when x equals 0, I can solve this question. So let's see, when x equals 0, so I'd already written that, I'd have 3 times, this is going to be very simple. So I put 0 and I have 3 times 0 squared over 0 squared minus 25, which is equal to 0 divided by negative 25, which is just equal to 0. Which means when x equals 0, I actually do expect y to equal 0 as well. Which means that this is the point where it should be. It should be at the origin here where x is 0 and y is 0, which makes this answer the correct answer. Right? Because here, when x is 0, the graph is up here at y equals positive 6, and that's not what I want.